Blake Anderberg. So he's one that I'm referring to that I don't think ever stepped foot on a college campus. Let me just describe Blake Anderberg. So again, also one of those people who lived at the campus, lived at the school. He's the one that had the big mouth who would talk about how, oh, my kids get to go to school for free. I don't have much to complain about. So he would always come with his little sombrero, little, I don't know, farm straw hat. I guess it wasn't really a sombrero, but to block the sun because these people are not melanated. And he would always, he was pretty fit. I will say that. He always had these shorts on, and I just remember you could always see his kneecaps because of how skinny he was. So he would come, marching into class, and he taught us typing. He taught us keyboarding. Actually, I should say that he monitored the typing or the keyboarding, because we had these little instruments. We had these little typing machines that's how we actually did the typing. And that is one skill. The only skill that I learned at Alma Heights was how to type. And it's because they did invest in these really good apparatus. So what I'm getting at is that that's how I knew that Blake never brushed his teeth, because he'd come around and help us, with our typing. And God, man, the thing is I joke about it, but it's really not okay to be spending all the money that we were spending and your breath stinks like a toilet. Come on, pick up a toothbrush. Really? Your wife could never get you to pick up a toothbrush? Honestly, again, I joke, but it's not funny. It's not okay. So, Blake, the best way I can describe him was he was a prick. He knew how to be a prick. And let me give you the perfect example. So, I remember one time I was like, oh crap, in class. And he this was the way he did things. Just very calmly said, almost in a whisper, says, Abraham, can you go get an MDR from the office? A minor disciplinary report. If I remember correctly, that was the referral was the top one, and the MDR was the middle, and then the write-up, I don't know, was the first one. Because again, discipline is more important than learning. Learning is not the objective at these private institutions. It is about keeping you in your place. It is about discipline. It's about obedience. Because again, these people are shaping you to be good little bitches that will one day be evangelicals that will vote a certain type of way. I haven't even gotten to all of the religious indoctrination and all of the other stuff that, again, has nothing to do with receiving an education. But anyway, back to Blake. Bastard that he was. So anyway, and I just remember thinking to myself, oh my God, what did I do? And that was how the class learned that we could not say crap. So Blake, fuck, shit, ass, bitch, shit, fuck, write me up now. Write me up now, bastard that you are. Because again, I think the part that became so infuriating is that all of this minor disciplinary bullshit was getting in the way of me receiving a high quality education. Not only were my parents paying for this, but I was one of the smartest kids in the class. So yeah, prick Blake Anderberg that he was. Don't think he ever stepped foot in a college classroom, but hey, he got to rule his little roost. So in the 7th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Keyworth, had to leave. So Blake's wife became the teacher. And again, I'm just okay, I know your husband doesn't know his ass from 6 bits. I know he's an idiot, but I wasn't that impressed by her either. And again, people realize that that's how these institutions work. You don't have to be credentialed. You could be a literal housewife that they pull off the couch when they need you. And I think that's part of the trade-off. That's how these people live on the campus. So they can pull them into the classroom whenever they want. So that was the Anderbergs. That was Blake. I don't even remember his wife's name. I don't really care, because by the time I got to the 7th grade, that was when I had my parents pull me out. I was like, I'm not going to put up with this shit. I'm not learning anything. I need to get into high school so I can get into a good college. And it's not going to happen this way. So I had them pull me out in the middle of the 7th grade. I was not expelled. I was not kicked out. I left by choice. And let me say this, that prior to my leaving, my departure, when I had my parents pull me out, about 5 guys had been either kicked out or pulled out. So I was the sixth that was pulled out. So just gonna throw that out there. It's just because it's worth saying again. Blake Anderberg, you're such a bastard, and fuck you.